How do saltwater rinses help your oral health? This is printed in healthline.com, medically reviewed by Alina Biggers, and written by Courtney LeVay. Saltwater rinses may help protect against bacteria and infection, promote healing after dental procedures, and benefit your respiratory health. Mouthwash can be helpful to freshen your breath and cleanse areas your toothbrush can't reach. However, saltwater rinses are generally cheaper and can be equally effective in improving your oral health and hygiene, says Dr. Chris. Saltwater rinses kill many types of bacteria via osmosis, which removes the water from the bacteria. Kramer says there are also good guards against infection, especially after procedures. Aside from their disinfectant properties, saltwater rinses can be used to treat other oral concerns, from canker sores to allergies and toothaches. They also have positive effects on respiratory health, making them remedies for cold and flu season. Health benefits of saltwater rinses. According to the Oral Cancer Foundation, the high alcohol content in some mouthwashes can irritate your mouth, particularly your gums. Saltwater rinses can be a safer alternative while also killing bacteria and keeping your mouth clean. In addition to stopping bacterial growth, saltwater rinses have other benefits. These include reducing the amount of plaque in your mouth and promoting a safe recovery from dental procedures. Saltwater rinses stop growth of bacteria in your mouth. Saltwater rinses can be helpful in stopping growth of bacteria. The saltwater rinses work by increasing the pH balance inside the mouth, creating a much more alkaline oral environment in which the bacteria are no longer able to thrive. The harmful bacteria prefer the acidic environment, so once that is neutralized, the mouth can become less inflamed and healthier. A small 2017 study demonstrated that saltwater rinses are effective at decreasing the dental plaque and oral microbial count when used alongside routine plaque control. Help in the healing process after dental procedures. They say that saltwater rinses assist in the healing process after dental procedures like tooth extractions. Saltwater promotes healing after dental procedures because it promotes gingival fibroblast migration and an increased amount of extracellular matrix components, which serve to regulate wound repair activity, he says. Saltwater does not irritate the soft tissues in the mouth, and it will not burn or cause mouth pain. Using saltwater rinses can also prevent painful dry sockets, alveolar osteitis, which can occur after extractions, according to a 2015 study. Respiratory health benefits. A 2019 research review found that saline water gargling, as well as nasal irrigation, may be able to provide protection against the common cold. Similarly, a small 2020 study found that saline water gargling can be effective in reducing upper respiratory infections by an average of 2.5 days. The study's researchers suggested that it can provide potentially safe and effective intervention for people diagnosed with COVID-19. When can you use saltwater mouth rinses? Saltwater rinses have multiple benefits but should be used differently depending on what they are used for. After tooth extraction. Wait for a complete 24 hours after extraction before using mouthwash, says Dr. Henry Hackney. Swish the rinses very gently to not damage the blood clots and do them several times a day. After eating, and to ensure that your mouth stays clean. They remove the bacteria from the aching area, preventing the further spread of infection. Periodontal disease. Saltwater rinses can be useful to those living with periodontal disease, says Dr. Neil Grazer. To make your own rinse, simply put a teaspoon of salt in a glass of warm water and then rinse your mouth with the warm salt water. Toothache. For a toothache, the salt water will aid in soothing the pain temporarily until you're able to see the dentist. Gum infection. Saltwater rinses may help with gum infections by drawing out excess fluid in the infected tissues, Fremont says. But like a toothache, treatment by the dentist is necessary to remove the bacteria, plaque, or tartar that caused the infection. Sore throat. Gargle with salt water for 15 to 30 seconds, then spit out and repeat. Salt water rinses can cause canker sores to sting, but they're still good to use for them. Simply put a teaspoon of salt in a glass of warm water and rinse with warm salt water. Allergies. Salt water won't cure an allergy, but it can help alleviate some of its symptoms. If your throat is swollen, gargling with salt water can bring relief. Are there any side effects or precautions? Overuse of salt rinses should irritate gums, leading to further bleeding. With that being said, saltwater solutions are generally safe to swallow, but it's still best to spit them out. In the case of infections, he says that spitting out salt water is considered better at keeping the infection at bay. However, he warns that doing multiple mouth rinses per day and swallowing too much of the salt water could dehydrate you. How to make saltwater rinses. To make your own saltwater rinse, Saltwater advises following these 3 steps. Use warm water because warmth is more relieving to sore throat than cold water. Warm water will also help the salt dissolve into the water more effectively. Use any type of salt you have available, and also consider adding ingredients like hydrogen peroxide or honey for additional healing and soothing properties. Most saltwater rinses recipes call for 8 ounces of warm water and 1 teaspoon of salt. However, if your mouth is tender and the saltwater rinses stings, decrease the salt to half a teaspoon for the first 1 to 2 days. Bringing the water to a boil, then removing from heat, adding the salt and stirring. Letting the salt water cool to a warm temperature before rinsing with it. And once you've finished your rinse, discard the leftover solution to avoid contamination. Should you gargle saltwater mouth rinses before or after brushing teeth? To gargle with the saltwater solution safely, Saltwater advises the following tips. You can gargle before or after brushing your teeth. Taking as much of the solution into your mouth as is comfortable, gargle the salt water around the back of the throat.